to show that you're sorry? Do you want to? No, that's half of it. Do you want to finish the job?
I'll kiss the donut in front of your religion.
Get back on your knees, brother. Please, what's the rest? Stay right there. And kiss the boots of the priest and prophet to the Lord. Come kiss the boots of every man out here. We want no cowards in our camp, and I get only men we want no cowards in our camp, and I get never let them call us black. We want no cowards in our camp, and I get only men we
mentors. That's one of the things that the Men Up Club does is really focus on mentorship. And a lot of times what we want to do is we want to seek out Black men who are in the community, men who are, doing some great work within the community and connecting on the grassroots level. Your recommendation came to me from one of my employees, TK, who's a dear friend of mine, and he's also my program coordinator and program director. And so he was telling me about some of the work that you were doing and thought that you might be a great person that we could talk to in regards to helping these young men.
I appreciate that. Thank you, TK, for the invite, and all glory goes to the Most High for that, man. For all the work that I'm doing, if it wasn't for the Lord, it wouldn't be possible for me to be here. And so I always give all the glory to the Most High for that.
That's what's
thank
up.
Thank TK for the kind words. You know what I mean?
How'd you grow up, man? You from Chicago, right?
Yeah, originally from Chicago.
So let's start with your childhood, man. Tell us about how you grew up. Walk us through.
Man, so grew up in Chicago on the west side, K-Town area.
Okay.
People who familiar with Chicago. Grew up down there, family was together, it started off okay, you know what I mean? My mom and dad was together, was married. And then we, substance abuse came into the play,
At what age for you?
For my father, I came to find out that it was, the whole time since he was in high school. So he had me.
Oh, wow.
He had me at 16.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So my mom said around, senior year, that's when the cocaine, hit the scene back then, know, and it was like normal. It was like just a normal party drug, she said. And so she said that the cocaine use started back in high school for them, so by the time I was in let's say third grade, third grade, that's when the family started to take a turn for the worse as far as me seeing violence in the home with my mom and dad, because I come later to find out it was because she was trying to, pay the bills and, he wanted the money,
Okay.
things like that. But I never saw, like my dad, he always went to work. He always, he was always what I've come to find out now is a functioning addict at the time.
Okay.
I know now, because of what I like to call the gentrification of drug addiction. Because in my father's time they were calling it the war on drugs.
Right,
they were criminals and all of these things.
Yeah.
And so now I come to find out that now that drug addiction has been gentrified, it's now substance abuse disorder. Now it's a sickness.
Okay.
And so my father was sick. I never knew he was sick. And so I just saw some of the fights, and then eventually my mom and father got a divorce, and my father moved to Minnesota. So we stayed in Chicago from second and third grade, fourth grade, and then we used to come up, for summertime to visit Dad. When he started to get his life, he got into church, kind of cleaned himself up a little bit, got himself together. So we used to come up for the summers to visit, and then we eventually stayed permanently, like in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's as far as childhood, that's where it started from. And then I came here, man, and we've been good ever since. I love Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? This is my home. I raised my family here. But so we came here. So I think 8th grade, So we came for the summer. I think 5th grade we did a year, but I wound up moving back. So it was kind of some back and forth. You know, you want
Sure.
to be with mom, you want to be with dad. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but 8th grade I wound up permanently moving. After 8th grade, I wound up permanently moving back here, and finishing high school here over at Southwest High School. I graduated from over there.
Okay.
But in let's say what was that? When I was 15. When I was 15, that's when my dad became not functioning. You know,
Okay.
that's when the drugs, you know, really took over. You know, he wasn't, you know, it got bad. And, you know, my stepmom was, you know, was not a good stepmom to us all the time. You know, she treated us, you know, like stepkids. You know, like, you know, how
Yeah,
that
right.
phrase come like,
Yeah.
you know, we were the stepkids. And then when my father fell off, you know, he came to us like, hey, when I was 15, he was like, hey, man, y'all gonna have to walk on eggshells around here.
Mm.
I'm like, man, I don't know if you can do that. I ain't never seen nobody walk on the eggshell before.
Yeah.
You know, and so at that time, you know, I moved out. I just went into the streets. My little brother followed a little bit behind me. He was a year and a half younger than me.
Okay.
But by the time he turned 15, you know, he went into the streets, you know.
Let me
And-
unpack that for a minute.
Okay.
And I appreciate you sharing all of that because that gives us a serious context in regards to your life. And I'm sure there's a lot of young men out there who are listening who can relate to your situation, who may have been through same or similar. But there's a couple of dynamics that you talk about, man, that I want to kind of touch. So I'm gonna go back to when you were a little kid. You first of all, you had a mom and dad in the home, but you still had some issues. 80% of young black males, man, in America don't have fathers in their home. And even with our Man Up Club, you know, that's what we're dealing with. But you know, you were fortunate to have one, and a lot of young men, even like myself, you know, didn't know who their father was, and that caused challenges and dynamics within itself. But the thing is, you said, you know, when you were younger, you didn't see the issues, you know, that you were having in this, that, and the other. So how did you perform in school when you were younger?
I always did pretty well in school.
Okay.
School was, wasn't really an issue for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of came kind of natural, you know. And like I said, my father was there. He, you know, he kind of pushed that. He was a school bus driver at the time.
Okay.
You know, and he did well. So we had a pretty structured home in the beginning.
And you said that he had you when he was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he, you know, he had to be pretty mature at 16, you know, to have a kid and then be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be there for my son. You feel me? So you know that's incredible because that's one thing that I can relate to. When I was 20 years old, I became a single father, and that was really difficult for me to overcome some of those challenges, man. Go ahead. You just want to say something?
Yeah, no, I do. Shout out to my pops. Like I said later, you know, the work that I do, some of the work that I do right now is because of the groundwork, you know, that he was able to lay out before he passed away back in 2016.
Okay.
But he wound up, you know, being overtaken by that fentanyl wave.
Oh,
that
did
came
he?
in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he had laid a foundation for us, man. Like you said, you know, he was like that. Like you said, at 16, 17, he buckled down. He was a family man. He got married, tried to raise his family the best he can.
Yeah.
But that sickness, man, just took over him, you know. And you know, but before that, I was able to see him. He started a navigation program. He was a community system navigator, and with this organization that I still work with to this day called the Cultural Wellness Center.
Okay.
Right, and he started that program back in, I want to say, what, like almost 30 years ago. You know, something like that, 25 years ago, and I'm able to benefit off that right now today. So before, like, you know, I was able to, before he passed, I was able to tell him, you know, thank you. You know, I know you know, I was angry for a while, you know, when I've seen when things went bad, you know, obviously when you was homeless, being homeless out there and going through what I had to go through in life. But
you were homeless or he was homeless?
We were like,
all you guys were. Okay.
Yeah, we you know, at a time, because like I said, he couldn't maintain, you know, he couldn't maintain his household. You know, the woman wasn't kind, so she kind of used that as an opportunity to push him down even more. And so I was angry with my father for a while until I became a father, like you said, and I looked at my kids and I'm like, thank you for everything you were able to show me, the work ethic you gave me to want to, you know, to finish school, you know, go to school and be in my children's lives, and you know, and some of the things he did in the community. all of those things, I was able to see those things.
Mhm.
And, before things went left,
Yeah.
so yeah, man, I give a big shout out to my dad for that, and the work that I'm able to do now, and that's why, like you said, you want me to go into the, well, I'll let you keep going. As far
No,
as
no, it's all good. I
cause
mean,
I don't,
I'm,
cause I'll keep going. I seen that, he did the
no, it's
thing.
all good.
I was just trying to see which way you wanted me to go with it, because like I said, all of that led up to me doing this work, and like you said, the mentorship
Yep.
and everything that we got going on as far as change, using all of those things that I went through in life to better young men today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
No,
and I can get into some specifics, and
yeah,
we can break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got time, man. I
Mhm.
appreciate you, being on the show, and you got a very interesting story that we want to basically unpack.
Mhm.
I'm impressed with the way that you were able to overcome despite the odds, and we definitely want to get into that. It's your man, Mr. Dean. You listen to the Man Up Club presents on Holy Culture Radio. Yo, what up? It's your man, Mr. Dean, aka Cross, and we right back on the Man Up Club presents with my man Kadash. So tell me how as a kid, man, you witnessed some of the fighting based on the drugs, man, and tell me how that kind of affected you, as a kid. What did it what was running through your mind, and what was your emotions as far as how you were feeling?
Um, well, me and my brother, I remember one time me and my brother, we plotted on helping my mom, and like how we were going to take dad down
Oh
one day. Like
wow.
if he's trying to come and beat up on mom again, we're like, yeah, we're going to, get behind him, and you go push him over, stuff we see on the TV. I'm going to push him and you trip him. And if he try to get mom again, we're going to do this and this and that. So, that's trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's to be thinking about how you're going to protect your mom from your father, and how it was, at the time. Now, when I look back, I'm like, man, that's crazy to have to deal with that.
And
But
how old was you at that
man,
time?
at that time, that was back in fourth grade. So that
Okay,
was like,
yeah, got you.
so
Got
fourth
you.
grade, before we left Chicago, that's when they divorced. So back in fourth grade, this is happening. So that messed me up, and then it affected us later, because, like I said, that divorce, not having your dad there,
Hmm.
in the home, being the man of the house now,
Yeah.
So now I'm coming, and a lot of the little kids now, I'll be like, man, y'all could have survived, because my mom worked overnights. So when we was going to school, we used to walk to school.
Hmm.
When we was going to school, she would sleep. She had just got off of work.
Yep.
And then when we came home from school, there was just money and a note on the table. So I used to have to help them with their homework. This fourth grade, I'm helping them with their homework. I'm taking the money. Obviously, I could read pretty good.
Yep.
Walk to the restaurant, buy food, come back home, feed them, get everybody ready for bed. I'm doing this in fourth grade.
That's
You
a
know what I
lot of
mean?
responsibility
Yeah,
for a fourth grader, man.
So I was forced to have to, mature pretty fast. I'm looking at fourth graders now like, wow, these kids don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they could. A lot of the fourth graders I work with now, because I teach now. I got my basketball program for fourth. I do second and third and fourth and fifth
Oh,
graders.
nice.
But a little basketball league I started because it wasn't a lot of elementary school basketball teams, so I kind of went to the different schools and did that. So, and we can talk about that.
Yeah.
But seeing these fourth graders now, I'm like, I don't think they had the mental fortitude to handle, like you said, what I had to do coming up
For sure.
in Chicago. And it was a rough neighborhood too. It was again, it wasn't the best neighborhood, but it was better back then. Like it wasn't as rough as it is now in neighborhoods. Like people looked out for it. Like the older guys made sure I walked to the store. It was cool. It was, the neighborhoods ain't as bad, wasn't as disconnected as they are today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's some of the things that it affected me, because I was forced to grow up so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to be, the normal, kind of kid life, and that's one of the things my dad told me when he moved to Minnesota, and we came to Minnesota to live with him. I remember one time I came in the house after school and my little brothers was crying. I'm like, I run upstairs like, man, what's wrong with my little brothers? Talking about dad. And he looked at me, he like, it's okay, son. He was like, man, come take a ride with me.
Okay.
And we hopped on some bikes, and we rode up to Lake Calhoun. That's why right now today that's one of my favorite spots I still go to.
Yeah, like
right
that
now.
was cool.
He rode up there. He was like, we got some ice cream, and he was like, hey man, I just wanna let you know, I know you was the man of the house and you had to step in with me being absent, but he was like, I'm your father. I never hurt your brothers, and I just want you to know you can be a kid now. You know what I'm saying? And I never forgot that.
How that make you feel, man?
You know, it made me feel good. Like I said, that conversation, I never forgot it to this day.
Yeah.
I remember that, you know, him taking, because when I came in, I was very upset. Like, what happened to my little brothers? You know, why they crying? I'm questioning my dad and my stepmom. I'm like, well, who did? You know, because that was my role as the big brother. You know, they crying, I protected them.
For sure.
And for him telling me that, man, it was like a weight was lifted off my back. You know, it felt like I could breathe. You know, I remember that, man, and I never forgot it. And I was cool ever since. I felt like, man, I got my dad's back. Like, he can take that. Like, you know, and I looked at it like, wow, you know. So then from then I was a kid. I'm just focusing on school and having fun and with friends and girls at the time, you know, whatever was going on at 8th grade. And so, yeah, man, I knew that was impactful on my life. Like I said, right now to this day, that same spot he took me to have that conversation at Lake Calhoun, that's one of my favorite places to go still today.
You had mentioned something earlier, man, that was pretty profound. You talked about how, you know, with your dad being on drugs or what have you, back then they called it the war on drugs, you know, and they kind of just attacked it as such. I specifically remember that era and that time too. And it's interesting how people put certain type of labels on certain things and create the narrative for it. You feel me? But then you said as you got older, you recognized that it became something different, which was a sickness. Talk to me about, man, you know, the narrative change and, you know, how you looked at that then and you felt some type of way about it, kind of maybe thinking, and I don't want to put words in your mouth by any stretch of the imagination, but just, you know, you looked at obviously you had to look at your dad's struggle differently if you're thinking, you know, we dealing with, you know, war on drugs, this, that, and the other, and then later on you come to find out, no, it's actually a sickness. But kind of unpack that for me a little bit.
Okay, so initially, you know, like I said, so around 15, I found out, you know, what was going on. You know, like my dad, he fell off, he wasn't working, you know, the things had kind of fizzled away. You know, I'm seeing people driving my dad's car.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
Like, dudes in my neighborhood, I'm like, oh, you got my pop's car for?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Thinking, I'm like, hold on, that's weird, you know? And I remember little stuff like that. But specifically, you know, with that, I was mad. I remember when I seen that shift, like, so then, you know, it was demonized. Like, you know, you just a drug addict, you just a criminal.
Right.
Like, you know, you just, you know, selfish, you know what I mean? And so it made you upset. But then, like I said, right now, that's why I call it the gentrification of drug addiction, because that's when things got better, when it started to affect the other community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, and I'm like, okay, now that it's affecting the opioids, it trickled back into that community when, you know, from after they put it in ours, now it went back over there. Now, you know, my father couldn't get this help.
So you're talking about whether, you know, when it went to white communities,
right,
as opposed to black communities. Now all of a sudden, it's becoming more of something to be paid attention to and to be diagnosed.
Yeah,
effectively.
Right. At first, it was a war. You know, it was a criminal. Yeah, when because we know about what was that Reagan? Yeah, Reagan. In his time, they funded that war with the drugs that was put. It's all documented now. You can go. They funded the war with the drugs that was put in our community and everything like that. And so at first, that was the war on drugs. It was, you were a criminal. You get, you know, I think one of the things was the same amount of cocaine that a white person could have, because they used to have the powder, and then in the black community it was the crack that just had some, you know, baking soda or something on it. But it's the same drug, but you get 5 times more. Like, you know, for the same amount of drugs, you get 5 times more prison time for if you get caught with it. So a person with the cocaine as opposed to the crack, you know. And they did it like that because the powder, the cocaine was more predominantly in the white community and the crack was in the black community. And so when I seen things like that, it made me very angry. You know, I was mad, you know, because like now my father, right after I lost my father, he didn't get that kind of support that he would have needed. You know what I'm saying? That I'm able to help people with now. He didn't get all of this rehab and treatment and therapy and you know, all this medical attention that he clearly needed because he was sick. It's a mental disorder. You know, he was put in the prisons and where it perpetuated
where he couldn't be
problem.
rehabilitated.
Right, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, you know, So that's why, I always use that term. I guess that's the only way things get better when they get gentrified. I guess, they like, until something gets gentrified,
Yeah,
if
unfortunately.
they want to fix the prisons, you got to gentrify them, I guess,
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you.
Prison reform, if because that seems to be the way it works in this society. Once things get gentrified, now it's not a war no more on drugs. Now it's a sickness, and so yeah, that was my position on that's how I felt about the
Yeah,
two
and so
separate
when you
situations.
dig into that deeper, I kind of hear you saying what you're not saying, which is possibly if your father had have been diagnosed accurately, then he could have been treated and could have possibly even been here longer
Yeah.
than what he was. Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's a hell of a price to pay, you know,
Man.
from a societal standpoint.
Mhm.
So I understand exactly where you're coming from. And so, with that, so you're dealing with all of that, man, and we got a lot of young men and young women for that matter that are dealing with parents who are on drugs and what have you, and trying to navigate life and going through different situations and circumstances, whether it's depression or anxiety and what have you. And then I know a lot of young kids who feel like, well, if my parents grew up, if I grew up with my parents on drugs, then I don't really, and if I grew up in the hood, then I don't really have a whole lot of opportunities for success. Um, and that's not your story.
Mhm.
Like you kind of looked at that from a different perspective
Mhm.
because now you're in the social service,
Yeah.
peer recovery, right?
Mhm.
Um, so talk about how you let's just call it turn the corner on that. How, in other words, how you took a bad situation that you experienced throughout your life
Mhm.
and didn't let it overtake you, and then you basically took a situation that was bad and used it for your benefit.
Yeah. So, and that's a great point, because that's where we come in, and like you said, from what y'all do, the mentoring. So
Hmm.
that's when I met some amazing people. You know what I'm saying? That came into my life to where, initially, and they got this study too. Before I get into that,
Hmm.
about the ACEs study. Have you
Hmm.
ever heard that
Yeah,
study?
I've
Like
heard of it.
adverse childhood experiences.
Okay.
So they know, that these, excuse me, that these experiences, these adverse experiences, causes all these problems for us. It's even something that I learned when I was in college about the broken window theory,
Hmm.
saying that if you have abandoned houses and broken windows, it invites crime and different things like that. So them knowing all these things, and even and another thing that showed you the ACEs study, the broken window, that they know how much trauma it causes, but they don't really, they still don't give people in our community always the help that they need
Sure.
and the diagnoses that they need, because like that's where their superheroes come from.
Mm.
You know, like what his Batman came from. His parents lost his parents. A
Hmm.
billionaire kid lost his parents. Now he's a vigilante, and it's okay. Everybody understands
Interesting.
it.
That's
What I'm
interesting.
saying? Superman, orphan, lost his parents, and now he's, and everybody understands these
Interesting.
superheroes. Like they can become a superhero and become a vigilante, and people get it. Like, oh, he lost his family, he lost his father. Now he's Batman or Spider
He
Man.
turns
Now
into a
he's a
superhero.
superhero because
Interesting point.
you know, and so they understand the trauma. So anyway, so now, um, and if you got the proper help and the things that we're doing, it's so critical. Like these kids don't need prison and all these things; they need mentorship, like we're doing. So,
Yeah.
and I said I like to say I met a brother coming in, Mark Robinson.
Okay.
Mark Robinson, he came and showed me how to be a professional. So I'm out there in the streets, because now I'm hustling, trying to survive because I was homeless and trying to survive. So I'm hustling in the streets. And he's seen, I'm seeing little dudes on the streets, and I'm thinking I'm helping them because they broke. I got a little bit of money. I'm giving them some packs. Here you go. Go make you some money, man. Bring me back this. Woo, woo. Mark see that. He like, hey, man, you got this effect on the youth and all this. You can use that corporately. You can change your product. You know what I'm saying? You can lead the youth in this way. And he's seen something in me to say like, hey, let me, you know, and I seen him. He took me to some of his meetings and different things like that. I seen him work a room and talk to people and work with kids. I'm just like, wow, you know, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. That's interesting that you bring that point up, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute, man, and how that mentorship truly impact your life, and we're going to dig into that real deep. It's your man, Mr. Dean. You listen to the Man Up Club Presents. So you mentioned your mentor, Mark Robinson. Now that's a pivotal point because mentorship, man, obviously that's what we do at the Man Up Club, and I recognize how critical it is. Even me growing up, I had, you know, not knowing my father, but there were a couple men who stepped into my life at the right time. And had they not stepped in at that particular time, my path would have been completely different. You feel me? So the power of a mentor, man, is huge. And so, you know, as you're talking about your mentor, Mark Robinson, and how he's observing your behavior, but at the same time, he's not demonizing your behavior. He's looking at your behavior and looking at it as an opportunity for you to develop and grow if it's channeled in the right direction. And so as opposed to beating you up over it and demonizing you for selling packs and all of that, what he did was he's like, okay, here's a young man who I see that has the potential to be a leader. And so now let me just shape, you know, and cultivate this talent that he already has.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So continue to speak to that, man, because I think that's extremely powerful. And I think that's what a lot of young people need.
Yeah. And so yeah, absolutely, man. Mark Roberts, he saw that because coming up, you know, like I said, I was homeless. I was just trying to find a way, and I seen other little dudes out there trying to find a way. So I'm like, hey, I thought I was helping, but Mark, he was like, hey, man, you have a gift, you know what I'm saying, and you have a gift to lead people. These young brothers, they look up to you, and you care about people. You know what I'm saying? You know. Even then, like I said, my little packs I was selling, it was more in the weed thing because I still I didn't want to sell something that I wouldn't do for free. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't into the hard drugs, you know, things like that. Because I'm just like, you know, I wouldn't do this, you know. So I still had a little, you know. I think he seen like we talked, and I was telling him like I remember him saying, okay, yeah, you do still care about people to an extent. But Mark, he was just like, hey, you know, we started working together. So he with the Culture Wellness Center that I was put with him, and we were doing the JDAI. It was called the Juvenile Detention Alternative Initiative Program.
Okay.
So he's like, man, I want you to come and work with these kids, because they were like, instead of sending them to prison, they want to send them to our program to see if we can help them, right? And it was interesting that we in there. Before we go in, he like, just use your story, you know, work with these kids and let them know what you're doing, what you've been through, and we was doing great. Like children was the kids who was coming through our program, they wasn't reoffending, they were trying to change their life, and lo and behold, they one of the people in the meetings who was behind the funding was saying like, if this program is successful, it has the potential to put probation officers out of a job. And so slowly they started pulling back our funding to things like that. But so Mark basically, you know, he kind of just showed me how to be a professional, you know, how to be in the corporate world, showed me how to, you know, facilitate meetings in a room and on that side.
Yeah. Right.
But but it didn't, as far as morally, you know, like, you know, my moral compass, like that's where when I met my Israelite brothers in the ISUPK, that's when I met, you know, Captain Malquad, Commanding General Yohana, General Muhammad. They showed me how to be a man of God, a man of morals and values, meeting them brothers, you know, because now with Mark Robinson, I'm still being, you know, I'm being a professional, but I'm still womanizing. I'm still doing, you know, you know, like I was telling, like a brother the other day, like, you know, being
you're a black Marine or a black whatever in the white man's military, that make them want to kill you more. Mm-hmm. Like when they see the uniform on you, they get an extra disdain for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand why in the hell do you want to fight for them.
Cared enough about your trials and tribulations, the things that you suffered through, and how to get out of that. That's your history. You don't need a white man to have no remembrances for it.
Yeah, you chastise the child too hard, or you create trauma. Yeah. If you don't say nothing to the child, then you making them soft. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no way for a black man to be right even when he is not.
White people that's out there that want to help black and Hispanic people, the best thing you can do is just leave us the hell alone.
They are all against you. They all want to destroy you, and the ultimate goal of all of them is to put you back into slavery and subjection.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get it. 1.
Hey, Shalom, Miss Red, what it is, what it do. ISUPK, Round Table of Truth. We back for another one. Y'all know how we get it in every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central. Well, a little bit after 8 p.m. All right, we're going to work on that time. We got to get off the CP time. Come on. You know what I'm saying? But we for sure going to get that right. But before we get into the show and go over these different topics and stories like we like to go over, of course, we are always going to pay homage to the Most High. You understand? The God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The God that everybody's just learning about.
Right.
Ain't that crazy? The Most High. You know what I'm saying? You didn't learn about white Jesus for 400 and something odd years. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, you've been totally blinded about who God truly is.
Right.
You understand? So,
right.
All right. Also, with that, we want to give it up to our King, Yahushua Mashiach.
Right.
Greatest man that ever walked the face of the earth, a black man whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Give big up to our King. And also we want to give it up to the man with the plan, none other than Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
You understand? That's right. All right. Also want to give it up to my amazing hosts that rock it out with me every week. Mm-hmm. To my left, we got Officer Yaradan in the building. All right. And to my far right, we got Officer Iowa Lum doing what he do. And to my far left, we got Officer Mayad in the building. Officer Makiala could not be with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Lord allow, the brother will be back with us next week. I also want to give it up to my technical team. Baddest technical team in the game. We got Officer Ramawan doing what he do.
Sir.
And his right hand. Where we at? What's the new one over, Rocky? Please.
If I could.
Please.
You know, this is, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, this week, you know, it was the commemoration of Fred Hampton, you know what I'm saying, that got assassinated 56 years ago.
Right.
I just want to say big up to Fred Hampton.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. They called him the chairman. You know what I mean? Big up to the chairman. All he do. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. You know what I'm saying? That whole situation. Big up to him. That brother was a hell of a fire leader for our people back then.
Yeah,
and you know, it just brings to light, you know what I'm saying, all that has happened to our people. You know what I'm saying? And the hell that we have endured here in America. You know, where this country pretty much assassinated every damn leader that we had. Fought for the whole time that we've been here. And the problem is every person that stood up and fought, you understand, they found some way to take them on out. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean we all get scared and not stand up, you know what I mean, and try to get free? Hell no, it don't mean that.
Right.
The problem is our leaders was uneducated on how to fight this fight. You know what I mean? And there's only one way to get up out of this slavery, and there's only one way to get from under the clutch of and now. People might say, well, where is this nigga? Where can this nigga God be found? You're right. Real 400 something odd years.
Right.
Well, not for thousands of years. The Lord been trying to tell us what we need to be doing, you know what I'm saying, to be on his good side. Like any father, the Lord got a good and a bad side.
Right.
The bad side is slavery. The good side is the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
And that's what we're doing in the ISUBK. That's what the whole Israelite thing is about for the people who are just now finding out that they Israelites. It's about you know what I'm saying, inheriting, you know what I mean, the kingdom of heaven, inheriting rulership on earth.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only one way to get it, you know what I'm saying, and that's by obeying the Lord.
That's right.
That's what we must understand.
I'm right.
You understand? What else going on in the earth? Arky, talk to me.
Cap, if I could.
Please.
It seemed like the world is mad at 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
Once again.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not bothered by it. I like 50, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they mad at 50 because I ain't seen it yet, but I gotta watch it now. This documentary that he dropped on Puffy.
Yeah.
On Diddy.
Right.
So I mean, cats is, I'm talking about they attacking 50. Talking about, you know, all he do is try to bring down he 50 collected dirt on the brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And put a documentary together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I mean, I ain't mad at him. He's either gonna do his fault that he was able to get, you know, behind the baby oil footage.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
they mad out here because Puff Daddy getting exposed. I mean,
right.
What in the hell y'all? What in the hell y'all mad at 50 for? Y'all know this is what 50 do, ain't he?
Accountable
Listen, you do something that's off, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get exposed. Let me tell you something, man. People who we look up to who are not right need to be exposed. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to. It's time. Exposing is a good thing when you trying to move in the right direction. And if we ever gonna get right as a people, ain't no way that we could be looking at faulty leaders for direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't doing what you supposed to do, black people gonna call you out. You know what I'm saying? But you just make sure when you do the calling out, you got to make sure that you doing what you supposed to do. If you gonna call somebody out. You see what I'm saying? And brother, this just proves, you know what I'm saying, that we are directionless people, man, and don't really know what direction we supposed to be moving in.
Mm-hmm.
This is why being a priest and prophet of the Lord is so.
Is a strength that keeps, you know what I'm saying, like something like the ISUBK, you know what I'm saying, having the integrity that it has.
That's it.
Because, you know what I'm saying, we're not just gonna roll with just anybody because of the stature that you bring or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can be the greatest man on the face of the earth. The minute you start teaching something that's not that's not according to what the Most High said,
right?
And brother, like, you know what I'm saying, we not following that.
Damn
right. Down that path. You know what I'm saying?
it.
You have to have integrity and sincerity about your people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if it is like that, you know what I'm saying, with 50, like, you know what I'm saying, and he's just trying to have integrity about it and not try to, like, because majority of what was being said is like, they saying like everybody that wasn't speaking up against it was like, no, they wasn't speaking up against it because they was protecting hip hop culture and different things of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Go ahead.
I don't like it. Ain't even no need to expose Diddy. Like,
he
exposed himself.
Right.
That's it. Give it up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He gave it that when he was on the radio. He was on Drink Champs with Fabulous.
Right.
And he's like, when we gonna party, Daddy? He was like, we ain't never. He said we party.
Yeah.
We ain't never really party.
Yeah.
Party.
Right.
Real talk.
Right.
He didn't know the brother was gay. We got to start accepting these celebrities are gay.
Yeah.
Right. That's a straight up fact.
Facts.
And you got to think, man, a ton of Puffy ran that music industry for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Damn near, I want to say since the late 90s, early 2000s. You see what I'm saying? Huh?
You can even say mid 90s. I don't want to, like, if you think about it, Biggie first album came out like 94, 93, 94.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, from that point on, it was bad boy this, bad boy that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to show you that when you when you're driven by money and fame and this empire and this kingdom, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean you have the morals,
Right.
You know what I'm saying, that you need to have. And we are people, man, just, you know, instinctively, we are people that need morals. But again, when you got, he ain't no different than a Christian pastor. General Muhammad brought this out in class Thursday night. A Christian pastor, you know what I'm saying, learned that all he needed to do was take a big cross, throw it around his neck, and he can come get his hustle on. You see what I'm saying? And make tons of money from poor people who need to feel like they following God, but ain't following God.
Right.
So rappers, they did the same thing. They went through big crosses around their neck. You know what I'm saying? And rapping. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear what a lot of them was rapping about, nothing but evil. You know what I'm saying? Them Christian pastors, every Sunday they getting up there. What the hell you think they preaching about? Nothing but evil. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, y'all done.
And what's heavy about that as well, I don't want is that the preacher, he uses his success to dictate, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like he's going to rap about the right path.
That's it.
That's the same thing that Puffy did, you know what I'm saying, with all the other executives that was coming up at the time, Dame Dash and all these other executives that came up behind him.
Right.
They was looking at him and all the money that he had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to do what he's doing.
That's
you
it.
Know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
it.
I got to do it like that.
That's it. Puffy is a product of American culture. That's what Puffy is.
Yeah,
you understand? He's a straight up and down product of what America, you know what I'm saying, turns black men into. You know what I'm saying? We chose to go the route of fame and money. You know what I'm saying? Now you turn into what the white man is. You know, white people, they the ones that, where you think Puffy learned this diabolical lifestyle that he lived? Where the hell you think he learned that from? You see what I'm saying? We having these damn sexcapades and doing all this and doing all this damn sexual deviant shit that he doing. You see what I'm saying? Like this is what happens when we ignore the Most High's culture, you know what I'm saying, and try to become like the Greek. Jammed up state. You see what I'm saying? Like you got this cat here running around talking about take that, or you take that. You see what I'm saying? Only problem is this: when you become a sexual deviant, you know what I'm saying? Like the white man, you going to jail. Like this is we just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to be like the so-called white man when the white man gets away with the evil that he does. The white man is the biggest drug dealer on the planet Earth. He don't go to the federal prison for it. You end up in an orange suit in a federal prison. You see what I'm saying? The white man is the biggest sexual deviant in the world. He ain't going to prison for that. Puffy and R. Kelly, they in prison for something that white men do all the time. White man sleep with his. You see what I'm saying? And it's just an acceptable thing for him. The white man is the biggest unaliver in the earth. He unalived, you know. He unalived to get this country. You see what I'm saying? Unalive one person, 60 years of life. You see what I'm saying? You can't be what he is because the Lord won't allow you to be what he is. Now he gonna get his judgment eventually. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get a judgment for all the things that he do. But you just got to understand, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, you can't live that culture that he lived. White man was the original gangbanger in America. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole gangs of New York was all about. Every immigrant, white culture that came to America, they once started off in the ghettos and was get me right on it. You know what I'm saying? Had gangs and all that. So here you are, as a black man growing up, you thinking you finna be the next gangster in America. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be the next Al Capone. Every nigga in Chicago think he Al Capone. Get me right on.
Hey, Cuddle with God.
See what I'm saying? Or whatever the case be. Nigga, you ain't no you Al Capone right to prison. So gang culture, it worked well. They still got gangs. The Italians, they running the damn what they call them joints, the casinos or whatever. So the wickedness work well for the white man. It just don't work well for you. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. What's gonna work well for you is having a moral compass that you must have. You get what I'm saying? So That's where we at with it, man. Where we going next? Where we going first?
Video so far, hip hop connoisseur, we don't have the strength to stand up for proper culture. What's right, what's wrong.
I got you.
This is a term that comes from the LGBTQ, the Skittle Guzzlers. You accept homosexuality?
Well, I don't have to accept homosexuality because I'm not a homosexual. So why would I have to accept?
Are you pro homosexual? Are you an ally? I'll give you three. I just want to figure out where you're at with it. Are you an ally? Are you against it? Or are you neutral?
I don't have anything against somebody that's homosexual. That's their way of life. It's not my
against,
way.
Neutral, or pro?
I'm for anyone loving who they love.
So this kind of ideology that you believe in and that you're sharing, this is the ideology that's extraordinarily destructive to the Black family in particular, and all families in general across all of the racial categories. Black people have the highest level of religiosity in this country right here. And that's because Black people are people of spirit and rhythm. And that's all of us around the whole planet Earth. We're deeply religious, spiritual people. And if you go to the continent of Africa, for the things that you said you're okay with, the LGBTQ stuff, there's capital punishment in many places. There's a death penalty because Black people, that is against the souls of Black folks. And you're a hip hop man. You may remember the time when hip hop was Black. When hip hop was positive, when hip hop was political, and when hip hop embedded our culture, and you would hear people say things like no homo, or you finish battling somebody, especially in New York, and you would say, and I can't even say the word right now, that's all been ripped out of our culture by the liberal whites. What they did was they commercialized our culture. They put it on social media, they put it on Netflix, and then they told us who we are. Before, they used to observe us in our ghettos and then reflect our image in Hollywood. But now Hollywood tells us who we are and then we follow it. And that's how you get a Lil Nas X, and that's how you get my son, the general, telling me he can't speak up straight like a man and say, I do not condone the abomination of a man laying down with another man, especially a Black man, because that reduces our population. The Black woman aborts more children than she gives birth to. Her birth rate is like 1.9. You need a birth rate of 2.1 for replacement and for growth. And we cannot have all these people, males laying with males and women laying with women and Black women abort children because we are being reduced. You talk about reparations. You say the government owes us something. Maybe they do, but one thing I can promise you is they ain't giving you a damn thing. You ain't gonna get 40 acres. You ain't gonna get a mule. I'm not about to wait for a government that I already know hates me. Because goddamn it, the government hates the white man too. They ain't doing a damn thing for the middle and lower class white man. Why in the hell would he do something for me?
Man, get me right on this, man.
All right, sir.
Go ahead, but yeah.
No, hey, you know what, sir? The sad part about, like I said, the brother called himself general. You know, everybody want to be a general nowadays, Cap.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
That's
a general, you supposed to be not only a leader, but a military leader of our people. And you can't stand up against the LGBTQ movement.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You can't, you're so scared and afraid to take a solid stance against that community. How are you worthy to lead Black people?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You cannot be. Commander General Yohana is an excellent example of that. That brother is fearless.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
He the real general.
He the real general.
You know what I'm saying? My son, you gonna have to take that general tag off of your name,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You like the general. You know what I'm saying? Chicken. Chinese. No, I ain't gonna do the brother like that. But he got punked.
Very much so.
He got punked and checked on this one. Y'all done? Come on up, Karakar. Oh, okay. Go ahead, y'all done.
Yeah, if
I got you.
If I could, sir. Yeah,
please.
The thing of it is too is that as soon as you hear a brother get approached with a question like this, and he started to get hesitant, you know, the first thing that he's thinking about in the back of his brain is that money. The first thing he's thinking about is that money. That's it. The money that he stands to lose. Yeah. That if you come against that community,
right?
And just like you see people like Mark Jackson, you know, lose his job.
That's it.
People like, as soon as somebody comes against that community, they start to lose money, and they do this purposely.
That's it. That's it. And that and the disease, it just continues to spread. Once again, you know what I'm saying, this guy is considered a black activist real popular, right? But you can't be a leader of black people. It's kind of like what we were just talking about before with Puffy a little bit, right? You know, black people we the one people that need morality.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We need a standard of how we supposed to act. We don't have a standard of how we supposed to act. And when you don't have a standard, then now the people can just believe whatever they want to believe. Or they can act how they want to act, but it's all destructive.
Right.
That's how it ends up with where you seen a situation a few weeks ago with some kids beating up an adult.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they beating up their child. Right? Like destruction just don't happen. Destruction is created. That's what we don't understand. It's like a step. You know, it takes steps before it all just blow up in your face.
Right.
And the fact that you calling yourself a black activist and a general, meaning a leader, and you scared to stand up against homosexuality, you know what I'm saying, which is sexual deviancy, then that means you're not fit to be the leader of black people.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta have, if you're gonna fix us, you're gonna have to have courage to fix us.
Right.
So if somebody asks you a direct question, you see he had to ask them twice.
Right.
About what, you know what I'm saying? And the brother could not answer. You see what I'm saying? And he could not answer because as blessed as black men, you've been trained to, you know what I'm saying, to basically, you know what I mean, put a safety over your mouth when it comes to speaking the truth. And you really just a coward out. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no time to be no coward, seeing the desperate situation we in as a people. Right? When you don't stand against homosexuality, I was somewhere today and matter of fact, at my slave, I took a young man to a job joint. I think I was on the phone with you, Yaradon, and it was a job fair. And at this job fair I took him to, I hadn't been there no more than 30, 45 minutes. I seen 10 black men walk in who were obvious homosexuals into this job fair. Like I stopped my conversation with Yaradon to point this out. I said, I just watched 10 homosexual men walk up in here.
Good night.
You see what I'm saying? So this a job fair where ain't even that many people attending. Like we don't even understand what in the hell has happened to us as a people because we won't open our mouth for what's right.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's sad, man. Sad situation. Come on, RJ. Go ahead.
It's like the people that supposed to be the leaders of whatever, like for them to keep their mouth closed in order to fill their pockets, it's just something. This is shameful. That's like the majority of black so-called leaders. Especially hip hop circles, entertainment circles.
That's it.
NBA players.
That's it.
Anything that come out their mouth is going to be politically correct.
That's it. That's because when you the one thing you bet not do in America is speak against homosexuality. Because one thing about you look at homosexuals and you think that because of a man acting like a woman that he's not aggressive.
Right.
And that's the whole, when you pick up the Bible and read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, what you're supposed to take away from the story is how aggressive the people had become. They was ready to kick down the door of Lot's crib to be able to get to the masculine men, these angels. So you know they masculine as could be.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they ready to go turn masculine men into what they are, which is a nasty piece of garbage.
Right.
If you a man sleeping with another man, you are a filthy piece of garbage, according to what the Bible says, not my own words.
Right.
You know, everybody's so offended by the truth, but once again, when you really in the truth and you really care about your people, you ain't got no problem speaking to the demons that rule over your people.
Right.
That's why you know this is a spiritual battle right here. You see what I'm saying? Like when it's a spiritual battle, man, you don't give a damn that people get offended against you speaking against homosexuals. What the hell are you talking about?
Right.
You think I'm about to sit back and just be quiet while all black men get turned into homosexuals?
Right.
While you want all the young black boys to be walking around with dresses, because that's where we at. And you go into these cities or whatever, the majority of these young boys is living that lifestyle. And if they ain't living it outright, walking around with a dress and panties on and high heels or whatever, they on the damn down low. And this is all because men won't speak against this. He is a general.
Right.
You seen him normally, my song turned up and he's speaking strong. Not now. He just got straight up checked. You see what I'm saying? Like, brother, like, come on now. This is insanity what we dealing with right here. You get what I'm saying? So if you ain't got no strength to speak up, you know what I'm saying, then listen, you should move out of the way and let men who got courage, you know what I'm saying, to be able to say this is wrong. And this is why you need the Most High. When people say, man, we need God, we praying to God. Okay, but what you praying for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What God are you praying to? The Christian God that black people been praying to, he don't hear your prayer because he don't exist.
Right.
You praying to Satan every day. Only a people, you know what I'm saying, that believe that killing babies is okay. You praying to Satan. Abortion is, you believe that's okay, killing babies? You satanic.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What you praying as a man? You praying to be able to sleep with another man? You satanic. You get what I'm saying? Like a man, you don't even realize you worshiping Satan. Because again, you expecting Satan to be in front of the church saying, this is the house of Satan. This is the church of Satan. Come on in. And the preacher to say, I'm a preacher of Satan. Yeah, that's who I am.
Right.
Well, Satan don't work like that. The scriptures tell you Satan is going to impersonate himself like he God. The ministers of Satan, they're going to impersonate themselves like they the ministers of God, but really what they teaching you is totally satanic. You see what I'm saying?
Right, sir.
I think we hit on that. Where we going next?
So we got a video
Mhm.
going over something that's real typical Black Hispanic households
Okay.
when they deal with slumlords.
I got you. Did we find anything on that on the history? Nah. I'm sure we look it up.
Became infamous after a raid by federal agents say they are being evicted after enduring not only the raid, but what they are calling unlivable conditions.
A board-up crew at 7500 South Shore Drive was a surprise to tenants we spoke with this morning. They say
Bigo just not getting here, y'all. Get Bigo on hand.
eviction notice posted in the building the day before Thanksgiving.
I don't know if you're getting set up or not.
Like this. And we did nothing wrong. We don't deserve this. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Today, tenants say despite forming a union, there is still no heat, no electricity, no elevator, and no help finding other places to live. Someone shared photos inside the building last week.
I have never been through nothing like this in my life. I'm a good tenant. I work and everything. This is bad.
There are elders in the building. There are disabled people in the building. There are people in wheelchairs in the building. How are they going to move if the elevators don't work?
Go ahead.
The building got international.
Please.
Like our people don't realize, like you can't cry out to a predator.
Yeah.
That they're gonna feel some type of compassion or something. You know,
Real talk.
Like you can hear the pain on the people.
Yeah.
But they trying to express the pain to the people that's hurting them.
Mhm.
They're never going to receive it. They
Yeah.
can't hear it.
That's right. But listen, one of our biggest problem is we believe God love everybody.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Like you go tell those people right there that's suffering what they suffering with bad ownership and being treated like that as tenants. Go tell them that God, you know what I'm saying, don't love everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he don't love the white man. Man, they argue you down.
Right.
Why they in a building, you know what I'm saying, going through what they going through was probably owned by a so-called white man. They'll argue you down and say, nigga, you crazy. God love everybody.
Right.
Do you not understand? You understand that? Like this is what you this is why you gotta shake the dust off of your head of slavery, because you still a slave mentally.
That's right.
Because only a slave would believe that the slave master who's burning and whipping them every day, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be saved. Like they gonna be saved. The white people don't need to be saved. Do you not understand that? To see that you the people that need to be saved. They sit in a damn building, you know what I'm saying, basically suffering. And now get me right on this, y'all. Down how long, you know what I'm saying, have black people been dealing with this same situation in these cities of America where they haven't been getting the proper tenant care that they supposed to be getting? How long we been dealing with this?
So like it, sir, I'm reading this right here. It's saying since the 1920s, sir. The term where it comes slum lords and slums.
That's it.
From the 1920s.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And here we are, been dealing with slumlords. How the hell you think the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, becomes so just rough? You know what I'm saying? And just so hardened or whatever. It's so many elements that make the ghetto the way that it is, that make the cities that we live in. It's amazing that we even still alive in this place. You get what I'm saying? Like slumlords was something that black people been dealing with since what the brother just said, since the 1900s. And a slumlord, he basically just abandons the building while still collecting rent.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rats all in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like they say the elevator ain't working. This is what happened to the damn projects. You see what I'm saying? So now you living in a building that ain't even being taken care of properly, mixed with the social issues, you know what I'm saying, that we have, which is you living in the project or you living in a community where slumlords, and then them creating laws to say the family structure can't be together.
Right.
So now what do you think gonna come out of that? But this is, you believe the people who treating you like this, they gonna be saved just like you gonna be saved. This is what you believe. Come on, Yaradon.
Also adding on to the whole thing as far as redlining.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you force to rent from somebody that's not going to take care of the property.
Right.
You know, resources, you have a job, you can pay for your own house.
Mm-hmm.
If you able to get the bank loan,
that's it.
The banks is redlining you, so you can't buy.
And listen, what about all the black people that got wealth? You know what I'm saying? Why they ain't owning? Why are we not owning the property in our own communities? Let's examine that.
Right.
What's the reason behind that? You right? Brainwashing. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we the only people that believed, you know what I'm saying, that making it is leaving the community that you grew up in. No other people think like this. You know, and this is the reason why we have the round table of truth. This is the reason why Commander Jenny Hunter held on to this truth, because black and brown people, we are mentally sick. We sick mentally, man, because only a sick man believed that making it, you know what I'm saying, is leaving the very people in which he grew up around. You understand? No other race of people think like this, and we think this is okay. We think it's okay that to get fame and riches, you know what I'm saying, and resources, because that's what fame and riches is. I mean, you got the resources that your people, the average person of your people, do not have.
Right.
And so, you know what I'm saying, I get it. You know, if you grew up in a place that's violent and this, that, and other, and the fourth, I understand you want to get away, but it become more violent and more destructive because the people, nobody ever comes back and try to fix the situation but us. You see what I'm saying? And the way that you fix them, you know where we're going is by turning back to the moral compass that's in the Bible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Christians don't have a moral compass. You don't have a moral compass when the cat who preaching to you telling you God's laws is done away with. You ain't got to keep the laws. Ain't nobody perfect. That means you don't have a moral compass. But yet we walking around, the church members walking around faking like they got morals. Go ahead, Mayad.
Hey, Khan, sir, and not only, you know what I'm saying, they're faking like they got morals, and they tell you to turn to the absolute worst people in the world for help. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church has taught us how to depend. It makes us more dependent on our slave masters. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Like in this situation right here, they're pleading to they're pleading to a landlord that gives absolutely not one single shred of care about them.
That's it.
And I was looking at an article, Cap. So they said that building in itself, the state just sued them for not, because the landlord is in Wisconsin. You know what I mean?
That's how they do it.
Yeah. So the state has sued them for the building not being up to code last year. They said it ain't passed an inspection in 3 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? The building is basically a trap. And then our people are so comfortable in living in a trap and substandard conditions. You know what I mean? And then the landlord gave the name of the tenants who were behind on their rent to ICE agents. So when the ICE did the raid on that building a couple months ago, they were dragging the tenants out that didn't pay, that hadn't paid their rent, and that were up for eviction.
That's it.
And they kicked them out of the building then.
Man, listen, you cannot rely on another people to take care of your people.
Right.
You understand? You just can't. You can't do that out. You know what I'm saying? Lions ain't gonna never take care of hyenas.
Right.
I hate to always go to the animals, but it seems that animals have a better understanding of loving their own than we do, and they're taking care of their own than we do. We believe in a concept that is not really real.
Right.
Nobody coming to save you but you.
Right.
Nobody is gonna fix you but you.
Right.
Nobody gonna care for you but you.
That's right.
So when you live in a community where all the damn apartment buildings are owned by another race of people, man, they ain't got to come fix nothing. You understand? But you better come with that rent. Where you gonna go?
Right.
Where you gonna move to? And all this come from, you know where this come from? Yo, dumb ass civil rights leaders that told you joining another people was the way.
Right.
Now you in a damn jam. They should have, you know what they should have fought for? Being able to own our own property in our own communities. You know what I'm saying? But your leaders are suckers. They the ones in the political office that sit there and see the so-called government give contracts to the East Indians and the Arabs to own gas stations and apartment buildings and liquor store in your community. These your black leaders.
Right.
As long as they can get a check and live by white people, man, they'll let whatever happen to you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to you, it's just what happened. They don't give a damn because some of our people are whores. And that's what a whore is. A whore is somebody. They don't even care. A whore don't care about herself. She give up. I'm coming to you, y'all down. She give her body to anybody. As long as they when she get about that bed, that $40 on that damn dresser, shalom. It's on to the next. And that's how our leaders are. As long as they can get cut a check, man, they don't care about you. They don't care that you in schools that's inhumane. They don't care that you in a project that's inhumane, or this apartment building is inhumane. You got older people living on floors. They can't even get down because the damn elevator don't work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And now they kicking the people out of the building and telling them wherever you got to go is where you got to go. Man, we in the jam. We black people, we in the jam.
Right.
Like when you got poor leadership, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, certain things catch up to you.
That's right.
Us having poor leadership and believing in Martin Luther King's dream since the 60s, you know what I'm saying? It didn't call up to us.
Right.
Sir.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's so heavy about what you're saying, sir, is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that of course the leadership that we have sucks.
Yup.
Because why? You know what I'm saying? They just tell the people whatever they want to hear.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? To get whatever goal that they want to get accomplished.
A check.
Right.
But the flip side of that, the flip side of that is our people want to hear what sounds good to them, but not what is good for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, you have to take the accountability as a community. You know what I'm saying? That this brother gonna say something that sounds great. Martin Luther King, if you listen to his speeches was immaculate. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like the right thing. Like, man, brother, we need to follow you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds good.
Right.
But what is good for the people may not always sound good to your ear. That's what you don't understand about hearing brothers in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Sometimes we gonna say some things that ain't gonna make you feel good.
That's it.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you feel horrible.
Damn right.
It should make you feel horrible.
Damn right. Listen, you hate Commander Jenny Hunter like you hated Christ.
Right.
Christ was trying to tell the Jews who was suffering under the Roman persecution and Roman slavery at that time. Christ was a black man from the tribe of Judah, for those who do not know. This is the truth of the Bible. The Romans was ruling over the Jews during the time when Christ walked the earth. Christ was a nigga, man. I know you ain't never been taught that because your church don't know what the hell they ain't got no business trying to teach nobody nothing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And being that he was, you know what I'm saying, living at that time under Roman persecution, he was trying to teach black people at that particular time how to fight a revolution.
Right.
And you don't fight a revolution by believing in the same gods of the people that's oppressing you. That's why he said, I ain't sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So as priests and prophets in the ISUPK, we understand, just like Christ, we ain't sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's the most revolutionary thing a man could do, is focus on his people and nobody else. That's what is revolutionary.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get nowhere believing in the same thing of the people who hate you. Like, where in the hell you think you gonna go for that? You ain't gonna do that. It's like a person chasing their damn tail. You thinking you making progress, but really you ain't making progress.
Right.
And the people who are oppressing you, they looking at you like, look at these niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we so used to abuse. We love abuse, man. You see what I'm saying? Like if we've been abused for 400 some odd years, so that's really all we know. You see what I'm saying? It's like a woman who getting abused every day. You think she leave that house, but this abuse she been going through is for so long that she now imputes this as this is love. Her getting punched in her goddamn face every day.
Right.
And America been punching you in your face for 400 some odd years. And brother, you and sisters, you think that this is love when this ain't love.
That's right.
You gotta want something better for yourself than this place right here. And this is what the Bible been trying to teach you. This is what we trying to teach you.
Right.
This is what Commander Jenny and Hannah is trying to hip you to and put you on the game, you know, too. Because in the ISUBK, ain't nobody suffering here. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand putting brothers and sisters first. So if a brother and sister is in a jam or in a building where they ain't being taken care of, brothers and sisters in the ISUBK gonna come together as one body and make sure that elevator get fixed. We gonna make sure that this sister that need food, they gonna get food. This brother that need a lawyer, we gonna come together and make sure that he get a lawyer. This is how you fight a revolution, by coming together and saying F everybody else. I'm gonna learn to love my own. And that's very hard to do because we so beat down in this place that we ashamed to be in black. When you in last place, a team, like take a team that been in the last place for 50 years, man, they gonna hate each other, man.
Right.
They gonna put that jersey on, but man, they hate it. Like you like the bad news bears. Remember the bad news bears?
Yeah, come.
They just when they went out there, they just expected to lose. You get what I'm saying? And when they won, they like, damn, we win it. You see what I'm saying? Well, black people, we got to win. We got to go out there and get the win. But the only way we're going to get the win is when we learn to play the game the way the Lord wants us to play the game. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, with it, IJ.
Please. We got another video, another situation that's plaguing our community, receiving terrible relationship advice.
Rebuild trust when I fumbled my lady. Oh, I'm dating a full-fledged doctor. All right. How did you
Stop it right there. Now, the cat who on the stage with the mic, now off first hand, what can you tell about this cat off the top of the business? Rob, he got that bug himself. You see what I'm saying? You see how he full of sugar. And he up there gonna give relationship advice. And this cat, you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors is doing some sexual deviant things that he should not do. But this is who giving relationship advice. He ain't no different from no preacher that's getting up there every Sunday, you know what I'm saying, preaching, and then you and your woman go in his back office for marriage counseling. Now, what type of marriage counsel you think a homosexual preacher gonna give to a heterosexual man and his woman? Give me right on the yard, Don. Go ahead, you got it.
I think y'all are unequally yoked.
That's it.
You need to go ahead and lead him find happiness.
That's it. Right. And it's very spiritual because the preacher, the one thing that the preacher can't have, he can't have masculine men, you know what I'm saying, in charge of a woman in that church. Because a woman, you know what I'm saying, without a masculine man in charge, she's very easy, you know what I'm saying, to be played. She's very easily, she's naive. She don't have a defense mode. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is to be naive.
Right.
Naive meaning the mindset of Eve.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Eve was what? Played by a serpent. She didn't have the mindset, you know what I'm saying, to put up a defense mode against the damn serpent.
Right.
We supposed to learn that right off top. So that preacher, he can't have no masculine man and in charge of that damn house. Because the masculine man gonna say, man, hell no, we done paid our tithes. We ain't paying double tithes and triple tithes and giving this cat all our goddamn money. You see what I'm saying? Like, this madness got to stop. I just wanted to say that before we play this clip. Go ahead, Yardan.
I mean, he can't give 1,000 plus 1,000.
Right. Right. Yeah, preacher. Y'all gonna make me turn into a preacher.
You know what I mean?
In a minute, this ain't working. Y'all gonna make me go somewhere to the church and say, listen, let me go in there and say 1,500 plus 1,500 and see how much I can come up with out of here with on Sunday. I got a few bills I need to catch up on.
You know what I mean?
Different ladies.
Wow.
She here? She's here. You want to bring her up?
Oh Lord. Do you feel like the trust is fractured?
Absolutely. I mean, what I saw on his phone was a whole bunch of white girls that he was talking to.
He is powerful.
From the Bay Area.
thickens. The plot thickens. Katie, what you think?
He's only fighting right now because it's a chance of losing you. Let him lose you so he can finally figure out what it is that he needs to address. Because so long as he has you, he is not going to fix himself. You are too beautiful of a woman. You are a doctor and you have all these accomplishments. And you mean to tell me that this man can't even figure out his addiction? You got to go get your thrill from other women. And you got a beautiful golden diamond that's sitting right beside you? Baby, God don't make mistakes. God don't make mistakes. God reveals what he needs to reveal. Warning comes before destruction. Take heed to the warning that God is giving you. God is telling you right now, this man is not ready for you. And if I give my daughter to this man, he is going to break the jewel that I have in you. Don't let this man break you. Give him to whoever he needs to give him to. He decided to make a choice and he made a conscious decision.
I said, we got to stop her because she ain't going to shut up.
Yeah.
She give me like a Christian pastor.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
She the worst type of woman to give. She gonna give her best friend terrible advice.
That's it.
95% of the time, girl, you just need to leave him.
That's it. That's all she did. Now here's the thing. She's sitting up there. You can see she a full out preacher. The woman preach. She filled with a demon. Even the way she talking that's masculine.
Masculine.
You know what I'm saying? You see how she giving a sermon right there. Now, and before she spoke, the homosexual spoke, right? Look how packed it was up in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't get 5 students in class. You see what I'm saying? But you see the problem? You see what our people love being lied to. You see what I'm saying? Like we really don't. And once again, she had the nerve to mention God. Now, make no mistake, the brother is absolutely foul and wrong for having them white girls in his phone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But telling what they just told him, you know what I'm saying, ain't what the Lord want.
Right.
Y'all done?
What she just basically essentially said is, you know what I'm saying, combine evil for evil. You know what I'm saying? So he did wrong. Okay, so now what you do is you do some evil right back to him.
That's it.
Because if she leaves, she's doing something evil to the Most High.
That's
right
it.
Now, if she stays and she be with her man and she figures the situation out, then she's doing what the Most High wants her to do.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But if she follow her advice, she's doing evil for evil.
Well, if she follow her advice, she gonna do what, you know what I'm saying, we taught to do, which is create broken families, create broken marriages. Listen to these dummies up here.
Right.
You see what? And then you paying them to go in there and listen to that stupid shit that they saying. You see what I'm saying?
That part.
Like that's the crazy part, that like you pay, they charge a pretty price. You know what I'm saying, for that ticket. You know what I'm saying, to get in there and for that garbage right there. Like if a person got marital problems, which people gonna have marital problems, you supposed to go to men, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna fix the problem. Fix the problem meaning you stay together. Like a mechanic. You go to take your car to the mechanic, he don't just get rid of the goddamn car.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to, you know what I'm saying? But in most cases, the mechanic, if the screws is loose, he fix them. If the brakes need to be fixed, he fix them. And the way that you fix marital couples is by addressing the problem and saying, well, brother, you wrong in this regard. Sister, you wrong in this regard.
Right.
Who in the hell even know what type of person she is?
Right.
Because she's a doctor and because she got some career and she said she was beautiful, this broad just called her a jewel. You a jewel.
Right.
And she don't even know it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like if you're going to give somebody marital counsel, you got to hit both sides of the coin of what in the hell is going on in the relationship. You see, go ahead and finish playing that thing.
Women, you better go on. It is a man out there who is going to protect you, who is going to give you the safety and security. And right now, he ain't the man for you. Yep, that's it.
All right, oh no! Hell no! Oh hell no! Okay, security! Boy, we in Oakland. Security! No! Oh! You know, we've probably done hundreds of these shows. I ain't never seen no like that. Hey, that was a fumble recovery. That was a fumble recovery.
Good night.
I will please.
So the brother that came and got her number,
Yeah.
he the bitch and her husband.
Yeah.
So he came up there and just totally disrespected the man.
That's a fact.
Which is not even a gangster move. Like,
Right.
He weak.
Real talk.
So you go impose and totally disrespect him. Like,
That's
if
it.
you got some strength, you're not supposed to pick on the weak.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
You don't get no food from scratch.
No.
Facts.
My
and then Cap, like you said, it's so wicked because she wanted to be talking about the precious jewel and God want this and God said don't want to send his daughter. The Lord, that man and that woman married.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously the Lord had already put them together, or whatever the case may be. And now she done taught a whole audience of women that it's okay to whore on your husband. Then in that situation, right in front of them.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The level of disrespect. I mean, like the Bible said, whoever you don't teach people to sin.
That's
And
it.
if you do, you're gonna pay for that.
Right.
So that whole panel up there encouraging that sister to do what they did on there and give them all that bad advice, the Lord's going to destroy them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
She want to talk about God and be up on her pulpit. You know what I mean? She's been an absolute disgusting monster and a misleader of our people.
Like think about, you know what I'm saying, how the brother just felt. Another man got up in the midst of the crowd, everybody yelling and screaming and laughing and thinking it's okay.
Right.
Like you can't look at that scenery right there and see the demonic stuff that just happened right there. You can't see how demonic that was. People laughing, clapping, and thinking it's a game. This man has just lost his wife. Another man got up in the middle of the crowd and just basically just punked him, just bitched him. That's another problem that we have as black men. You know what I'm saying? To where we think it's okay to punk and bitch another black man like that in front of everybody, and like the silly ass women that's in there and men in there laughing, thinking that that's okay. Like you think God is okay with what that just just transpired,
right?
You see what I'm saying? Once again, Satan. That go right. Everybody in there is worshiping Satan.
Yeah, Carter Khan.
You see what I'm saying? That was diabolical. Go ahead, warrior.
They don't even understand that woman got to go home.
Yeah.
What if he snapped?
Right.
That's it.
What if she come up on the line?
Then
what they gonna say?
Right.
Facts.
They doing all that laughing and saying stuff. The man walked away. He came home. Tell him what spirit of jealousy is.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah. And here's what's sad is that the brother don't know where he should come to get the advice on how to fix his relationship.
Right.
Going up to that show right there, I don't know what it's called, but going to that show right there, brother, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get exactly what you got. Which is horrible relationship advice. Christians don't know how to fix no marriages.
Right.
You know why they don't know how to fix no marriages? Because where did they learn how to fix marriages from? Who religion are they using to try to fix a marriage?
Right.
The white man don't. I'm coming to you. The white man don't know. You know, he don't know how to. He can't even keep his own woman in line.
Right.
So what in the hell advice can he give you? You know what I'm saying, on how to maintain the marriage?
Right.
The Lord hates divorce.
That's right.
The Bible says a woman is bound to her husband so long as he liveth.
That's right.
You understand? And so don't get up there in that stage and in that platform talking about God is down with what just transpired up in there. You ever done?
No, I had one. I was just answering the question that you
Yeah.
asked, and you know what I'm saying, the oppressor, you know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's exactly where that came from,
Mhm.
and that's the spirit of that show, you know what I'm saying, exemplifies to a T.
Damn right. But that particular show there, they going worldwide with that. You see what I'm saying? They going worldwide all across the country, filling up rooms with thousands of black people just to get up there and spew that mess up that mess out like that. And really what it is it's a church service. But then in a different type of set. You get what I'm saying? And it's sad. What we at with it?
So we got another video.
Let's do it.
You have a lot of men who do not provide. You have a lot of men who don't know what it means to protect outside of physical. A lot of men think the only way they can protect is physically. They don't know nothing about protecting emotionally. A lot of men don't know nothing about protecting spiritually. A lot of men don't know nothing about protecting mentally. What do you want us to submit to? A lot of men are not even submitted to their own purpose. What do you want out of life?
Well, did she say something wrong?
Nah.
Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, what the sister's saying is, you know what I mean? It's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers, they have our men, black men, black, Hispanic, and Native American men are lost in this world.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
We don't have no leadership, no guidance. A lot of brothers nowadays have been raised by their mothers, you know what I'm saying, which statistically, actually, and factually shows that single mother households destroy communities. It's destroyed the masculinity. Masculinity has almost been stomped out of the earth.
It's gone.
It's gone. You know what I mean? Everything masculine now is called toxic masculinity. It's toxic for you to be a real man. Stand up for yourself. Run your household. Women make you feel guilty because you want to control the household. Well, what the hell is a man supposed to do? A man is supposed to control his household. He's supposed to control his relationship. He's supposed to guide and steer his family in a proper direction so it doesn't roll off the rails and get destroyed. You know what I mean?
So basically, you saying like a strong black man is basically demonized.
You
made it look like the evilest thing in the world if you want to control your house.
Right.
The word control itself, you know what I'm saying, is like a demonic word for black women. Controlling. Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying, that, but you get control when you go to that job.
Right.
You go punch in at that clock, you know what I'm saying, that boss tell you when to punch in, when to eat lunch, you know what I'm saying, giving you assignments, this, that you be in control of that job. You know what I'm saying? And that job, you know what I'm saying, that company runs very successful from you being controlled. They always talk about black women the most educated, you know what I'm saying, and most employed and all that, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? But the black woman, just how she educated and employed and know how to humble herself to get that education and employment, she failing, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to marriages, you know what I'm saying? When you come back home, guess what you got to do? You got to humble yourself and be controlled at home. That man is in charge according to what the Lord said.
Right.
Now, what the sister was bringing out, you know what I'm saying, is true. Black men don't know the lead. They don't know what direction they in. But here's what we got to examine. Why don't they know?
Right.
Nobody never asked that question there. You know why nobody ever asked that question? Questions that never get asked is why do people don't ask certain questions? Who can guess why? Like
I said, either one or two things.
Please.
They already know the answer, or they don't want the answer.
It's both. They know the answer and they don't want to hear you say the answer. Now everybody know, you know what I'm saying, that the church, Christian church, you know where we going. And all these religions, Islam, they the ones supposed to be teaching black men on what direction to be moving in. They supposed to be teaching black men what all that shit she just got up there and said, what purpose they supposed to have and all this and that. Then so why don't these black men know? You know what I'm saying? If the church is still quote unquote the standard of moral excellence,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They going with them niggas walking in there with them big suits and ties, and they so knowledgeable about God and all that. But why the very community that the church in, you know what I'm saying, black men don't know how to do all this leadership things that she just mentioned.
Right.
It's because the church failed at the job of fixing black men.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's cool to get up on the stage and spew that out on the mic and all that, because everybody loved to abuse black men. You know what I'm saying? That's another demon in America. You know what I'm saying? Is that black men have to take the abuse here in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in the ISUPK, we're not going to allow black men to take any more abuse without us standing up and saying what need to be said. If a black man don't know how to lead, you blame the church.
Right.
If a black man don't know what direction he need to be moving in, you blame the church. These are the people that's supposed to have been leading us and showing us how to be men, showing us how to be leaders, showing us how to be husbands, showing us how to be fathers, and they failed at the job. And then if anybody, you hire some construction workers and they don't fix it, then you fire that construction crew.
Right.
So that means the one thing that everybody don't want to face is the Christian church need to be fired. They are the construction company that don't need to be hired no more. And now you need to go get some guys who gonna actually fix the job. You know, because the church don't know what to do with young black men. That's why they all That's why they all gay now. That's why all these young black men running around gay, because the church don't know what in the F they doing.
That's right.
They don't know what they doing at all. You understand?
Facts, sir.
Now, if you want to fix the problem, turn to the niggas you hate. That's what you do.
Damn right.
We very successful in showing men how to lead.
Right.
We very successful in showing men, how to put their house in order.
Right.
You give them a point, but we hate it for that though. We very successful in showing our women on how they're gonna dress when they walk out that house. You know what I'm saying? And how our kids need to be raised up. We very successful in that right there. You understand? Because we give a black man the one thing he ain't had in America in this place for 400 some years, and that's courage.
Right.
That's the strength that he needs.
Damn
You
right.
know where the strength come from? Not money, not muscles. You understand? The strength come from the wisdom.
Right.
That's where strength come from. Wisdom.
Right.
Niggas always talking about, man, I'm gonna give you some of this game. Well, get some of this game we got in you. We got game up in here. We show a man what it is to be a man by the wisdom that come right out of that Bible that you do not understand.
Damn
How
right.
the hell you walking around with a book, black people, for this long and don't understand what in the hell you walking around with? You
right.
walking around with the jewel that's gonna get you up out of slavery,
Right.
and you don't understand. You understand? What we at with it? Please.
We got an article about the executive at Campbell Soup saying that their food is for poor people.
Now, goddamn.
Come.
Brothers and sisters, we've been eating Campbell soup. Car was raised off Campbell soup. My y'all was raised off Campbell soup.
Damn right.
Campbell soup, man. Go ahead, y'all.
Me as well.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime we was sick, we was eating Campbell soup.
To
Now,
this
here
day.
they come with this story right here. And you wonder why we number one in every damn disease in the world.
Right.
Let's get the story.
Come on, God. This is CBS News. Campbell Soup executive called its products food for poor people. Lawsuit claims.
You hear that? You didn't heard that before. Food for poor people mean give them slops. That's a slave term. Food for poor people. That's how you Negroes end up eating chitlins. You eating pig intestines because the white people, they would eat all the good food in the house. They eat the good parts on the pig. You know, the bad parts on the pig intestines, they said get that to the niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now here you is in 2025 celebrating Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? You think putting some hot sauce and some seasoning over some damn chitlins, you know what I'm saying, and good to go.
Come.
Got the whole house stinking. I said this in class the other day. The whole house is stinking from the chitlins because you eating something that ain't supposed to be eating, you big dummy.
Right.
That's why I stay. It's like really you sitting there eating, you know what I'm saying? It's like me coming in with a tub full of dog shit. Where the dog shit, if I started putting it in the pot and cleaning it, no matter if I'm cleaning the dog shit or not, because it's dog shit, it's gonna have the whole house on fire.
Yeah,
Stinking. So chitlins is like dog shit. You think as you cleaning intestines, you didn't, you know what intestines is? Give me that right on this IJ. Yeah.
The house is on fire.
Right. You done put the damn chitlins in the damn
microwave.
Right. That's like y'all down just saying that a sin on top of a sin. Celebrating Thanksgiving is a sin, but then you gonna eat chitlins at Thanksgiving. Sin on top of sin. Where we go with this? I like, God damn, we in the hell of a jam.
We really are.
Like let me tell you something. The job of being a prophet of the Lord and fixing black people, this job is not for the weak.
No, it's not.
It is not for the weak, because guess what? Our people gonna fight to remain in this destroyed state that we in. You trying to wake them up, you know what I'm saying? And they fighting to stay asleep. Just think about that. You trying to shaking them to wake them up, to let them know the house is on fire. I'm trying to shake you and wake you up. You even go get a bucket of water. You get a bucket of water, dump it on the nigga. Normally that'll wake a nigga up. You dump the bucket of water on you, which is the truth. The bucket of water is the truth. We dumping the truth on, and they still don't want to wake up. Which is why you got to go on as a prophet of the Lord and continue to do your job, because everybody ain't gonna gravitate to what's being taught. And you can't worry about that. You got to worry about the ones that is gonna gravitate to what's being taught.
Right.
Who actually gonna listen to a podcast like this, listen to Commander Jenny Yohana on the Black Watch, or listen to Captain Tazar on the Car Chronicles, or Across the Line Radio with Kadazar. Hear these words that we say out on the streets and gravitate towards this truth. They're gonna come in here. A lot of our people gonna die in America for not accepting what come out of our mouth. They don't understand the words come out of our mouth come from God. You understand? It come from a God that you just not learning about. You understand? You just not learning about the God that really rules the earth, because of the prophets of the Lord didn't have the courage to step up and teach you the actual truth.
Damn right.
Where we at with it? Come on.
A lawsuit filed in Michigan last week alleges that a Campbell Soup company exec made offensive comments about Indian workers and said the company's products were for poor people during a conversation with a former employee.
That's so offensive. It's hard for me to even get past that part.
Yeah, come
on. The suit was filed by Robert Garza, who was hired by Campbell as a cybersecurity analyst in September 2024. Garza alleges that Campbell's executive, Martin Bailey, made the offensive remarks during a meeting in November 2024, which was intended to discuss his salary according to the lawsuit. Bailey made several comments about Indian workers and said that Campbell's is highly processed food for poor people. Garza said he informed his manager, J.D. Appler, about the comments on January 10th.
See, this is why you got to go eat the soup that the white people eat, Raj. You got to go to the grocery store and trail a white. You see a white person in Whole Foods, you know what I'm saying? You just got to act like you ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? When they go in the super aisle, you sitting there. You see the white man grab the can of soup, whatever that can say, that's what you eat. I seen the white man grab it. So it'd be some soup called the Smiths, and Jones soup. Yeah, eat that. Because what they giving us, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing but contributing to our death. You see what I'm saying? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The lesson of slavery is to never be in slavery. The worst thing you could do is be under the control of another people. And the worst thing you can do is be under the control of a people who hate you like white people hate you.
Yeah,
that's a rough one.
It is.
When you under people that hate you the way that they hate you, you in trouble. They hate you so bad, they just hate the sight of you. You know what I'm saying? What they talking about? It's supposed to be on the content of a man's character.
Right.
Well, white people don't worry about the content of your character. They ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? They just take one good look of your nigga behind and they dissatisfied. You see what I'm saying? They say, well, listen, they don't look like us. They look better. They more masculine than us. They women look better than us. What in the hell why would we love them? They see you sisters with them big behinds, and the white women get intimidated. Because why? They shaped like a damn ironing board. Ass flatter than 2 pancakes on a Sunday morning.
That's flat, Cap.
You get me right on it.
That's flat.
And I ain't even got to tell you about no white man. He already know he ain't got but an inch up under them pants. Hitting a woman with an inch and wonder why his woman want a black man. Yeah, I remember we was at camp that day. The white woman argued all. She said all chocolate brothers, you know. That's why I say you want some of this chocolate over here. You ain't gonna get none of it.
She said I do.
She so did.
Hey, come on, man. What we got?
You got a video about a viral shooting out in Stockton, California.
All right.
Let's skip it. There you go.
We start tonight with continuing coverage of that mass shooting in Stockton. It has now been 6 days since the deadly shooting at a 2-year-old's birthday party. 4 people were killed and 13 hurt. 3 of those killed were sadly children.
Tomorrow will mark 1 week since that tragic day, and right now there's still no arrests and not even a clear description or information on potential suspects or a motive. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has been reporting on this shooting since the day it happened. He's live now at the scene in Stockton.
And it's now turned into a growing memorial. Gabriel, how is the community reacting as we head into the first weekend since this tragedy?
Well, the community is still reeling from this mass shooting, and on the law enforcement side, the attention is on finding the shooter or shooters who, as you heard, targeted a toddler's birthday party and killed kids.
As a community begins to heal, this group gathered to cleanse.
We did the traditional Native American cleansing. We smudged and cleansed the area where the horrible act that took place.
Inside this banquet hall on Lucille Avenue Saturday, gunfire into the birthday party for a 2-year-old. 13 people were hurt and 4 people were killed, 3 of them children.
Children deserve better. These children deserve to be protected.
The shooter or shooters are still on the loose. Investigators believe this was a targeted attack. 2 people who attended the party were arrested this week on parole violations, and California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation says they're alleged gang members. However, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office has not confirmed the shooting was gang-related or provided a motive.
The first night that this happened, and I was at home, and every little noise I was hearing, it was kind of a... knowing that those guys were still out there, it was just kind of nerve-wracking a little bit for me.
That's basically what our concern is, our safety, making sure our families are safe.
The Sheriff's Office told me Friday safety is its priority too, that every division is now being tasked with some part of the investigation, and that going into the first weekend since the mass shooting, their teams in the field are ready to respond to any incidents, including ones that could be related.
We need help. We need the cooperation of all law enforcement, the sheriff, the police, FBI, and to help our mayor and help the city.
Community hoping for cooperation and justice. For now, doing what they can to heal.
I just couldn't believe it was happening here.
We're all in shock. We're like, what? At a birthday party? Really? We're keeping our kids, we're keeping our families close.
In the cooperation, you heard that community member called.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Who we going on? What? A boy. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Yeah. It's tragedy, for any kid to get, unfired. But at any point,
Go ahead, y'all done.
And on top of that, other one, it's just, the things that people look at, as culture and, as things that we celebrate and that we hold high, like birthdays and these holidays, you know what I'm saying? And they look at it like, okay, even if this is something that God don't want, he ain't really tripping off of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
yeah, that's it.
Because they look at this like, like, for example, we just, passed the Thanksgiving, so-called Thanksgiving holiday or whatever the case may be. People look at that like, who cares about, like, we just getting together, we just having some food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And they don't look at the seriousness and how the Most High look at these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where our people got to understand. You can't dictate to where, you feel like something is less, this is less of a sin and that is less of a sin.
Right.
If the Most High said that you're not supposed to do these things, we're not supposed to do these things.
They gotta get it right. Right. How many people got killed in this assault?
Four as of right now, out of one, from 21 to 8 years old.
Damn, at a birthday party.
And
what was the motive?
They don't. They speculating that it's gang related, but you know that's all speculation.
Oh boy.
I do want to bring up her. They was able to arrest 2 people at the head, but they can't find out who actually shot these people.
Well, it's like Yaradan was saying. We don't understand. Like the worst thing that you can do is be doing something and don't know that you're offending somebody by what you're doing. Right. And I say that to say this, like us being in America and accepting American culture as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we don't understand that we offending our God.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And when you offend the Most High, He not gonna be there to protect you. Like if we don't have the Lord's protection against a white supremacy, then we're gonna be in a real jam. And like you say, most people don't know celebrating a damn birthday is a sin.
Right.
The Lord don't want you to make yourself a god on that day, and people bring in, who in the hell are you?
Right.
You know, it's all days on this earth belong to the Lord. That's
right.
why you supposed to be serving the Lord.
That's
the
right.
Lord, and the Lord don't want you to bring Him no goddamn gifts. The Lord wants you to do what He says.
That's right.
Which is keep these laws, statutes, and commandments.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn
So
right.
yeah, when somebody come to shoot up the block, and like you say, when you doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing, then you ain't gonna get no protection from the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's a big problem with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian leaders is you heard what the cat just said on there. We need more FBI. You know what I'm saying? We need more police. This is how you know that this was a Black or Hispanic, truly. I heard what you were saying, Warrior, but you got to go by with the spirit of our people. And the spirit of our people is to rely on the oppressor for protection.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You don't want to step up and do the job, so you gonna go ahead and turn to the man that's oppressing you to say, I know you're oppressing me. I know that you didn't took my history. I know you didn't destroy me totally, took my culture, cut me off of my God. Now I'm gonna vote for you. I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump. I'm gonna ask for more police. I'm gonna ask for the FBI. What the hell you think the FBI gonna come and do to a Black and brown community? You think they're gonna come and bring roses and fix the people and cut the grass?
Right.
What the hell you what you think they gonna do? Like America ain't here to help you. America is here to oppress you. Get that through your thick head.
That's
man.
right. Time will
You
come.
understand? You don't ask for more police and ask for more FBI. None of that. You ask for the Lord. When you ask for the Lord is gonna send men who are built for the job of fixing you.
That's right.
And once again, the first part of you getting fixed is you being taught the truth. You being taught about a God, brothers and sisters, that you do not know. That God that you've been learning about in church, that God don't exist. The only way that God exists is because you give it the power to exist. What do I mean? Christmas is finna come up December 25th.
Right.
So many Black and brown people finna spend so much money on Christmas that it is insane. You understand? But yet we begging our oppressor for food stamps. We begging our oppressor for better material in schools. We begging our oppressor for jobs. Well, guess what? If you took all the damn money that you spend on Christmas, you would have enough for food. You would need the white man for food stamps.
Right.
Because you've been created your own economy, you know what I'm saying, to be able to take care of the poor people.
Right.
Not sitting there begging and relying on the racist white people to give you food stamps, because eventually they're going to cut them off. Eventually you ain't going to have no choice but to lean on your own people, or you're going to starve to death.
Right.
Eventually you ain't going to have no choice but for a Black man to own the building and be a landlord in your community, or you're gonna be jammed up. You ain't gonna be able to find a place to live.
Damn right.
Like if they want you out of the building, it's obvious they want them people out of the building, because guess what they gonna do with that building? Who could take a big fat guess?
It's like you, sir. Let me see. What's the word I'm looking for? Regentrify it.
That's it. They're gonna fix that building up. You know what I'm saying? Get them Black people up out of there, fix it up, and rent it to some white people who want to move back into the city of Chicago.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So again, knowledge and wisdom is what really provide protection, and that's what we need desperately so bad. Otherwise, these things are gonna happen over and over. Where we at next?
So we got a video about an unaliving in Chicago.
Come on.
All right, everybody, it's 2:16 right now. Thank you for staying with us. We have Tia Ewing, who is here now. You've been on one of the most watched stories of the week here, the case of Ramika Blackman. And this goes back several months, and you have followed it the entire way. So walk us through how we got to today.
So how we got to today is yesterday at 3:25 in the afternoon. I was working on something completely different, got a phone call from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office letting me know these charges were indeed filed and that Quadasia Johnson, who was the person accused in all of this of shooting Ramika Blackman, was going to be charged at that moment with first-degree murder and that she would appear in court today. So fast forward to today is when the actual hearing happened. And we found out a lot of, decent information inside that courtroom. One being that Quadasia Johnson and Ramika Blackman, we already knew that they shared the same father of their children.
Correct.
So, Quadasia has a child, a very young child, and Ramika Blackman at the time of her death had a 6-year-old who has now turned 7. He literally turned 7 shortly after his mother was killed.
So stop it right there. So just give me some insight on what we watching here, y'all done.
So what's happening here? I don't want it's a story that we went over on the round table of truth.
Right. And this was a popular story.
Kind.
Please explain to everybody what's going on.
Okay, so this is a situation to where a brother, he had 2 baby mothers. He was at the first day of school for one of his children, and one of his baby mothers unalived his other baby mother.
Right.
Now, she wasn't charged on the scene. You know what I'm saying? They did some investigation, they took her in, and then they released her.
Right.
Now they're actually pressing charges, first-degree murder, you know what I'm saying, for her unaliving the other baby mother.
I got you. So what did they break it down here though? What's going on here?
They breaking down the fact of the facts behind, you know what I'm saying, what happened, you know what I'm saying, and what's transpiring about her getting charged now.
I got you. Go ahead, play it.
With that being said, that Quadasia Johnson is indeed pregnant at this moment. 7 weeks pregnant, and her attorneys really tried to drive home that point with the judge in court today for her to be released.
Yeah.
The judge made some pretty straight up statements, one being that when this shooting happened, at one point, the actual alleged shooter, Quadasia Johnson in this case, fist bumped the father that she and Ramika Blackman have in common with their children, fist bumped him after the shooting. And the judge said, someone like that, basically, I'm essentially gonna, melt down his words into essentially what he said, does not deserve to be out roaming the streets. I think that's a very inflammatory thing to find out from witnesses that happened.
Yeah.
And witnesses, I do want to point out the fact that in this case, you got to give it up to the witnesses.
17 minutes long.
We're not gonna go on. I don't want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
She is bringing out some heavy points as far as like what happened as far as like the scenery and what witnesses saw. So witnesses saw, witnesses saw, you know what I'm saying, the shooter, which went like she had an altercation with the other woman, went back to her car, got the gun and shot her. And now that's what she's talking about, because the man had her in the headlock and she shot her, and they somewhere in this interaction they did a fist bump.
That's what she was just breaking down. I mean, just for time's sake, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. Go ahead. Yeah, you want to let's do a little more?
No.
Just for time's sake, that situation was horrific. You know what I'm saying? And again, that type of situation, just think about it. This cat got he got children by both of these women.
Right.
And because he got children by both of these women, they're in conflict with each other. And because they're in conflict with each other, one sister unalives one, which means the children that he got by the woman that died, they ain't got a mother no more. And then the woman who did this shooting, not only is she pregnant, you know what I'm saying, but she's locked up right now, you know what I'm saying, for unaliving, you know what I'm saying. So basically them children gonna suffer from not having her as a mother.
Right.
And then the father, he's so mentally ill. I don't know how true it was, but if it's true, he fist bumped her for shooting the other woman. I mean, what you want to tell me, Ramawan, we ain't sick? You trying to tell me that us as a people, we don't need medicine?
Right.
You understand?
Oh,
This cat fist bumping a woman for killing a woman children by. Now, what you have to examine is what philosophy have we been learning to where women believe that they is wrong for them to shit. Like, if we're gonna fix the problem, let's get right. One day, that's why I love being in the truth, being in the UPK, because we go right to the source of the problem. Anytime you teach that it's evil for a man to have more than one woman, then you cause these type of rivalries with women. You see what I'm saying? And now the Bible that you carry around and Scott sitting in your car and grandma got it on the stand so pretty and clean and all that Bible that you claim to follow and that you claim to love, in them scriptures right there, the Lord said a man is allowed to have more than one woman. Right. You understand? This is what the Most High, what he said. Now, Christianity teaches you that you got to have one woman.
Right.
You get my point? So now philosophy, this is where philosophy damages the culture of a people who that culture ain't meant for us. A man gonna have more than one woman now. You see what I'm saying? But if you make him feel guilty for having more than one woman, then he gonna naturally keep one and have to force himself to hate another. You understand? When having more than one wife is no different from a woman having what? More than one child.
Right.
If she got one child, cool. She love him. Then she want another one now. Nobody is persecuting a woman for having more than one, wanting more than one child. Are they? No. So why would you persecute a man for wanting more than one woman? Right. The point I'm trying to make is this is what is natural to you. Not gonna stop a man from what's naturally built in him.
Right.
But you know what you gonna say when a man want more than one woman? Oh, he cheat. Girl, he cheat. Leave it. You see what I'm saying? Now, where did this philosophy come from? The devil. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. Nothing that he says, nothing that he teaches us, especially with relationship and marriages, none of that, number one, applies to us. Because this man ain't our God. He not supposed to be the one teaching us about morality. So everything he didn't taught you about God is a stinking lie in the first place. Like if you're a woman that's mad because your man got another woman, you know what I'm saying, then you are childish. You know what I'm saying? And need to grow. Damn, children are more mature than you. Children hate, you know what I'm saying, when they parent bring home another baby, but they learn to deal with it, don't they, ever done? But that's something that you need to learn to deal with because the Lord allowed. And if the Lord allows something, you can't look at what the Lord allowed as something evil. You get my point? Like, this is insanity. I belong.
What's crazy, like, we in the land of love. They say love wins. Love is love. Love. Two men can be together. Women can be together. A man can transition into a woman and then date a woman that transitions into a man. And that's accepted.
And be accepted.
Every type of relationship in America is accepted. They even pushing for the PDFs. They pushing for that to be accepted. But the one thing that will never be accepted in America is for a man to have more than one woman.
That's it.
I mean, you gotta really examine that.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And the evilest thing in the world, that's why Christ said is you commit adultery. You know, Christ said this in the Bible. When you have a woman and divorce that woman, you know what I'm saying, because you want to get another woman, then you're committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? When the way that you avoid committing adultery is if you have one woman and you want another one, you keep the one you got, you know what I'm saying, and go marry the one that you want, and now you got two. If a brother choose to go get 3, guess what he got? He got 3. If a brother choose to go get 4 and 5, he got 4 and 5. Now the way that brother maintains them women is come from the knowledge of the truth. The brother mind have to be intact with the Most High. But guess what? His mind ain't never gonna be intact with the Most High if you teaching him that having more than one woman is wrong. You see what I'm saying? Or if you teaching women that them having to share a man is wrong.
Right.
That ain't the Lord's culture. There's a sister came on here. I'm not sure who this is. What's that name there? Christian Moran said, we as humans think we're smarter than the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't sure who that is, whether you're a man or a woman, but that statement right there is something that need to be said. Whenever you get to thinking, and here's what's heavy about that statement. Whenever you get to thinking that your ways are better than what the Lord put down, it's never gonna work.
Right.
The Most High is the creator. And him being the creator, the Bible in itself is a manual on how we supposed to live. And so now when you try to go outside that manual on how to live, it's gonna fail every time.
Right.
You know, and that's why so many broken families, because you're making men feel guilty about something that's natural to them. Making a man feel guilty about having more than one woman is like making a woman feel guilty about having multiple children. And it's wrong.
Right.
What we
Right.
No, go ahead. It's the last video.
Let's do it. I can barely read in there. I'm not gonna start.
Here we are, Mr. Trump, while you're trying to destroy America.
You be right, huh?
We're trying to build it up from the bottom to the top. And thank you so much.
Yeah, please.
Here we are, Mr. Trump, while you're trying to destroy America. We're trying to build it up from the bottom to the top. And thank you so much.
Go ahead. What we going on this one here? RJ?
Oh God, I just make one comment on that. America don't deserve the Hispanics.
Damn right. Damn right.
I pray the Lord destroy America.
Damn right.
Damn right. Listen, it was so heavy to see the brother, you know what I mean, break down in tears like that. Even though he break down that tears, sometimes tears have to be ignored.
Yeah,
and this is the time that tears have to be ignored. Now, what do I mean by that? Like he's saying that we trying to build America up, right? And the problem is that black and brown people have been trying to build America up for 400 some odd years.
That's right.
The Native Indians fought in the wars with America during the time of the colonies to fight the British off. The Native American Indians, they helped America, you know what I'm saying, and they the independence,
Revolutionary War.
Not the revolution, but the independence war from Great Britain, right? Native Indians helped them. How did America repay the Native Indians for helping them fight off Great Britain? Slaughter them. You see what I'm saying? How did they repay black people from helping them in World War I? Y'all done?
Hung them in their uniforms.
That's what the whole kicker. That's what the whole Red Summer was about. You thinking the Red Summer was just white people wanting to hang black people? No, you know what I'm saying. It was because the soldiers returned from World War I, and white people were so offended by seeing niggas in their uniforms.
Right.
They don't consider you even a real soldier, even though you was out there dodging bullets. You know what I'm saying? The whole Tuskegee, they talk about the Tuskegee Airmen. They went and they ain't have no casualties. Remember they bring that out? The red tails. You know, they ain't have no. you know what I'm saying, casualty. They fought valiantly in World War One. What was the soldiers' reward for fighting in World War One and helping America win World War One? Nothing.
Right.
You understand? Like black people then fought in every war. We didn't help build America like more than white people. Like we've been more, you know what I'm saying, patriotic than white people themselves. And now black people and brown people. I ask you, what have been our reward for being patriotic to America? Absolutely nothing. But yet we the reason why America is so powerful. So that's supposed to teach black and brown people something. That you being patriotic is a powerful source in the earth.
Right.
Now, if we take that patriotism and turn it towards our own people and turn it towards our own God, then what would that mean for us as a people?
That's right.
What would that mean for us following our God if we truly want to be patriotic?
Right.
Let's be patriotic for being black and brown.
That's right.
Let's be patriotic for the nigga God and see what results we can come up with it then. We didn't gave white people too much of our lawyers.
That's right.
Never should you ever see a black or Hispanic man standing on a news camera in front of a mic crying about getting injustice from America or getting injustice from Donald Trump and from white people. Again, y'all keep acting like Donald Trump is the first racist white president in America.
Right.
When it's what he the 57?
No, he's the
47. How many of them 47 been racist? All of them.
All of them.
How many of them 47 that never done something for black people? None of them.
Right.
So y'all going crazy over Trump like the other 46 been good.
Right.
Like that's a people that's delusional, man.
Come
Stop
on.
being delusional, man. Wake up to the truth. You know what I'm saying? Turn your focus on your people, and most importantly, turn your focus on your God.
Right.
Like white people, by teaching you Christianity, they didn't rob what God from. They didn't rob the Most High from you. They didn't rob the culture of you being the Israelites from you by claiming to be you.
Right.
White people running around claiming to be the Jews. You see what they really about. They over there massacring the Palestinians because all the white man know how to do is just unalive everybody. He loves blood. That's what he's about. Blood, lies, thievery, and everything else. So they didn't took our damn culture, took our God from us, and we just supposed to lay back and accept it and not say nothing. But you don't understand prophets of the Lord. Prophets of the Lord don't have the same spirit of people who want to be slaves.
Right.
Prophets of the Lord, when you open that Bible, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Daniel, these cats fought differently than from what regular people thought.
That's right.
Commander Yohana is not a goddamn slave. He's a free man.
That's right.
And because he's a free man, it's his job to go and teach other black and brown men how to be free. And how do you be free? By throwing off the religion that has kept us in captivity for 400 something years.
Right.
Change your mindset. When you change your mindset and start thinking like a free man, then eventually you will get free. You understand? So with that, it's been one hell of a show, man. Give it up. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank my host for rocking this thing out with me. Officer Yaradon, give him a hand. Yara Deesby, what you got for us on announcements?
Kind of a sir, you know what I'm saying? As announcements, you know what I'm saying?
Let me
we have the Feast of Dedication coming up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
December 14th.
Give it up, give it up.
That's right.
Also, pay your tithes, you know what I'm saying? ISUPK.com, you know what I'm saying? Go pay your tithes to the priests and prophets of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Also with that being said, you know what I'm saying, if you have, you know, if you want any of the merch that you see here on the round table of truth or the new jackets, you know what I'm saying, you go to diversitymall.com. You know what I'm saying? We do have the jacket, you know what I'm saying?
Real Nigga University joint.
Real Nigga University jackets dropping, you know what I'm saying? This real soon. So if you want to put in your order, get with me, Officer Yaradon, you know what I'm saying? Yaradon Bond Yahawada or Yatazar Bond Lawyer, you know what I'm saying?
And then y'all coming out with the all leather editions.
All leather, you know what I'm saying? The Lettermans or the Bombers. We have all three 3 choices. You know what I'm saying? Your choice.
Man, hottest jackets on the market.
Con.
Best jackets in the world to rock.
saying?
Ain't a Pelly don't compare to that. Give me right on it. Pelly don't compare to no real nigga university jacket.
Right.
But there's one. Let me tell y'all, before you buy this and purchase this jacket, I must, you know what I'm saying, give you the mission statement for this jacket. If you ain't a real nigga, don't you waste your money buying this jacket.
Damn right.
You got to be a real nigga. And let me tell you, so you know what a real nigga being is? A man that stand up for his people no matter what.
Damn right.
That prefer his people over all people.
Damn right.
And he's a man that ain't running around trying to save white people like you fake ass Israelites out there running around talking about some the Gentiles could be saved. Cornelius was a white man.
Right.
The scriptures say Cornelius was a devout man. So now you telling me a white man could be devout? I had this bitch in this. I know y'all. Go ahead, IG. Please.
Like the history that's on Cornelius being a Hellenist Roman.
Yeah.
It's just so blatant. Like, I just want to bring out the facts when I join. If I have to do a class.
We gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? Because these fake camps, we get on these fake camps the way that we do. Brother mentioned in class the other day, remember, said, why y'all hate the Israelite camp? Because let me tell you something, men, you know what I'm saying, that try to cause division, you know what I'm saying, amongst their people are men, you know what I'm saying, that don't deserve to be called men.
Right.
The worst thing you can do in the world is divide a people who need to come together. Don't we know? Get me right on this. We've been in this place for so long, suffering for so long, and we not together, and we need to come together. But instead of you being behind the men that's trying to bring everybody together, you go out there and cause more division by jumping up talking about you a priest and prophet. You know what I'm saying? And ain't came through the one place that started this whole Israelite thing, the ISUBK under Commander General Yohan.
Right.
This the one. This where this is the home of the truth. And instead of you acknowledging that, you go out there and cause more confusion and think it's okay to cause the very confusion that you don't.
Right.
And don't want nobody to say nothing about it. The Lord is going to do. If you in a fake camp, meaning when I say a fake camp, meaning this: if you not in the ISUBK, you shouldn't be teaching the Bible. And if you are not in the ISUBK and you trying to teach the Bible, give it 2 seconds. The Lord is going to destroy that what you doing. I'm telling you, the UPK ain't ever gonna be destroyed. Ever.
That's right.
It's never going, because the Lord is with this.
Right.
You ain't in the UPK, the Lord is not with you to be teaching no Bible, and you're gonna find out the hard way.
That's right.
You understand? So with that, I want to give it up also to Officer Iowa Lum. Any announcements, Iowa Lum?
I want to mention to the brothers and sisters, y'all gonna wait till the last minute to get y'all Passover preparations. Y'all gonna do it right now.
That's a straight up fact. A lot of y'all I ain't heard nobody talk about no garments. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even reserve y'all room. Where you gonna stay at down there in Houston? You gonna lay in the grass? What you doing? Y'all better get it together, Israel. We about 4 months away from Passover. It's 4 months. Last time I checked, ain't a lot.
Not at all.
You know, time move fast. These brothers ain't got no headpiece. I'm talking about these niggas sitting around this table right here. They ain't got a garment made, headpiece made, nothing. Go ahead. You understand? Come on, Israel. Let's get it together, man. Passover coming up. When Passover? RG? Oh, isn't it? April 4th? Damn. It's early in the month. Good night. April 4th is going down. Houston, Texas. Get Captain Yadazak a hand. Did I say Yadi? I'm so used to calling him Yadi. I done got his damn real.
I know, right?
Give Captain Yadazak a hand. Salakia, yeah. I'm so used to calling you Yadi. I forgot that brother real joy. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's about to go down in Houston. But go ahead, OIG.
That's all I have.
Man, yeah, Officer, I would love my hand.
That's right.
Also sitting here with us at the table on Bigo Live. He back in the game. You understand? He was out the game for a minute. Now he back in. Officer Warrior, give him a hand, man. The man that made his way to the table. He just pulled up the seat. Right. He one of the hosts now. Nigga ain't asked to be a host. Now he pulled up a chest.
Pulled up.
Any announcements, Warrior? Most great. Big shout out to all our viewers on Bigo as well.
That's right.
I got to give it up to Officer Maya. Any announcements?
Con, sir. So, well, tune in, go to ISUPK. Get that right. Wherever you are in the world, go to isupk.com and find a school in your area, because believe it or not, ISUPK is worldwide. The Lord is spreading His truth to the four corners of the earth. And also every Saturday, no matter where you are at, tune in, come in to the Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? That's every Saturday, every Sabbath day. We go over the scriptures from Genesis to Revelations. We read you the ancient Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash. We give you the English translation and a proper scripture breakdown, because you can understand the Bible and what real Black history is.
Damn right. Make your way onto that Sabbath service.
Damn right.
Come get that knowledge. I also want to give it up to the technical team doing what they do every Friday night, putting in that work. They don't just put in the work tonight. They putting in the work all through the week, uploading videos on YouTube, all them short clips you see that's coming out of the Chicago camp. You know what I'm saying? These men administer that. You know what I mean? So they deserve, you know what I'm saying, the praise that they get for the hard work that they do. All right. We got to give it up to Officer Rubber One. You understand? Working the ones and twos. And y'all all already know he's sitting over there right now. His braids that he's rocking right now is fresh out the lab. He probably could pull anything. Hey, we take him to a club right now. He pull anything in there. Ra Oscar Ra. Get a brother a hand. I am Captain Marquardt, under Commander Jenny. On the Lord alive. We'll see you next week.
That's right.
Shalom.